In today's video, we will be taking a look at a 38-year-old woman who for some inexplicable reason had the bright idea to divorce her husband at the ripe age of 35. That's right, gentlemen. She decided to divorce her husband 5 years after she hit the wall. And now, she's shocked not a single man wants to date her. She has quite the story to unpack. But before we get to her, let's take a look at this young lady making a fool of herself.
I don't miss him. I miss the idea of him. I don't miss him. I miss the idea of him. I don't miss him. I miss the idea of him. I am worthy of love. I am worthy of love. I am worthy of love. I can give myself that love. I can give myself that love. I can give myself that love. I love myself. 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 I love myself so much. I love myself so much. I love myself so much. I am enough on my own. I am enough on my own. I am enough on my own.
This is a grown woman, a grown adult, and she has to cry on camera while giving herself words of affirmation just because she got ghosted. There's no reason any grown adult should be recording themselves crying on camera, especially about something as silly as this. She also lied to herself, because if she didn't miss him, she wouldn't be making this video. She also wouldn't have to tell herself, I'm worthy of love. I love myself 30 times, and I am enough on my own. She needs to grow up. Before we get to the 38-year-old divorced woman who hasn't been able to find a man for 3 years, we will be taking a look at a lady who has 2 divorces under her belt and is divorcing men when she doesn't even know if it was the right decision and then jumps into another marriage right after just so she could feel loved. Take a listen.
If I had known this, it would have saved me from a second divorce. Every choice you make stems from what you believe you deserve. After my divorce, no confidence. It was my mission to get into another relationship and fall in love. Like, I needed to prove to myself that my divorce was the right decision. I needed someone to make me feel like I was worth loving. I didn't know how to do that for myself. And when you're coming from that place of lack, you choose the wrong partners. And here's divorce number 2. Don't do what I did. Take the time to get to know yourself and to like yourself.
Do these women even think about their actions before they do them? It's like they're driven by the impulse of what they feel in the moment, without taking the time to consider if it is even the best course of action to take. Divorce is a decision you're supposed to never have to make, despite when faced with extreme circumstances, since it's supposed to be a lifetime commitment. But women seem to ignore that fact, hence why they initiate 80% of divorces for frivolous reasons that could have been easily solved. She says to take the time to get to know yourself, like an older woman who has been on this planet for several decades. How many years does it take for you to understand yourself? I feel sorry for any women who take her advice because they will end up just like her. As we approach the star of the show, who hasn't been able to find a single man since she got divorced 3 years ago, I would like to suggest you go down to the comment section and share your thoughts on this video. This far as I love seeing what you guys have to say. Next, we have yet another lady who divorced her husband and then goes to TikTok to spread her misery. Let's take a look.
A lot of people feel the need to tell somebody getting divorced that you should date yourself for a while. Take some time, figure out what you like. I just got out of a marriage. I know what I don't like, okay? So let me figure out what I do like. Don't put a time limit on how long I should date myself or how long I should wait to date other people. Don't shame people for wanting to, fuck around and find out.
While she is correct when saying she shouldn't wait to date other people, her reasoning for saying that is not correct. She is saying that from a place of wanting to have fun and sleep around, not to get to know what she likes. These women know what they like, weren't born yesterday, and have been the same person for several decades. They just use that as a common excuse to rack up a body count and then claim self-exploration because they're allergic to accountability for their actions. Sadly, if this woman does not change, she will be pumped, dumped, and tossed over and over until she hits the wall. Now for the star of today's episode, the 38-year-old woman who divorced her husband only to realize no man wants her. Let's take a look.
So I had a realization today. I've been divorced for 3.5 years, and I went through 1.5 years of counseling after my marriage broke up, and I've dated on and off in that 3.5 years. I don't have any kids, so it was a clean break in my divorce. I'm a church worker. I'm a strong Christian, and I try to live by Christian values when dating. I'm also a woman of the real world and understand, when dating, what it's like to date out in the real world. And it is so hard. It is so hard to find someone who is looking for someone of value, who's not wanting to sleep with someone right away, and who's not wanting to, change their morals because they are a single woman. I just can't understand why it's hard out here for us good women. I don't understand. I'm looking for a good man. It's not like I'm out here, looking to change people or anything like that. It's, I've done the work on myself. Last year I went through a huge weight loss journey, and a guy that I dated last month, I went out with him twice, and both times he was like, "You don't look like your photos. Your photos look like you were a lot thinner than what you were in person." Like, what? Are we doing this? Are we really doing that? I don't know why this is hard. I went out for the girlfriend tonight, and we were talking about okay, well, what is it that I need to work on? Because obviously there's something wrong with me because I'm not able to figure out how to be in a healthy, good relationship. And she was like, "Emily, what's wrong with you? I don't understand why you think it's you. Why you always have to change you." And I'm like, I'm the common denominator, right? I'm the one who's not been able to date someone and be in a relationship. And she's like, "What if it's not the right time?" And I was like, "Well, why would God wait this long?" I'm 38. It's not like this has been an easy journey for me of being pregnant. I had 3 miscarriages in my first marriage. My time clock is ticking. I've been in youth ministry for 16 years working with teenagers. I'd love to be a mom. Why is this hard? She's like, "What if it's not you? What if it's just not the right time?" And that's really hard to accept because I'd like to fix something. I'm a fixer. If I can fix it. Do I need to lose some more weight? Do I need to be on a different dating app? Do I need to change something about me? And I hate that answer, that maybe it's not the right time, but maybe it's not the right time. That's really hard to kind of accept. It's really hard. And where are all the good men? Why aren't you looking for good women who are ready to be in a relationship and not sleep around? What are you doing? Where are you? The journey is hard.
This woman was on the right track, saying she was the common denominator. But of course, her friend, who is also more likely than not single, told her it isn't her fault. Rather, it's just not the right time. It seems women can't even handle other women taking accountability. Sadly, I wouldn't be surprised if this woman ended up remaining single forever because of the dumb advice her friend gave her. With every year that passes, the chances of her finding a man that would be willing to commit to her gets slimmer and slimmer. Just the way it got slimmer and slimmer for the old lady in my last video. who decided to divorce her longtime husband of several decades to get blacked by Tyrone. But I won't spoil any more of that video if you want to watch it. The link will be in the description. As is our customary practice, I extend an open invitation for you to subscribe. If you enjoyed this video, share your insights by liking and perspectives through comments and reflections. In the meantime, I wish you all the very best, urging you to take care of yourselves. Until we convene for our next episode, I bid adieu to each and every one of you. Farewell, dear audience.